Last time on Magical Miss. Everyone knows that Willa's mom is a popular bootuber with her aesthetic cinematography. The question is, how in the world did shy D&D nerd Stanford O'Brien win the heart of Charlotte? It's time we roll back the clock to take a glimpse into Diamante before Izzy and Willa existed with grunge and neon aesthetics. It's a Charford origin story! Welcome to Magical Miss.
We are getting in our time machine today.
I am so excited. Hey, so are we going? Granted, I don't know how old the parents are right now. So are we going back into the 70s or
It's more like
the
late
80s?
early 90s.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they're younger.
Okay.
Parents.
All right. Yeah. They're young and fun, fancy free.
Young and fun. So everything is kind of neon. The Walkman is a big thing.
Yes.
Everybody's doing stuff, and we open up on a teenage Stanford O'Brien at AV Club. He is at his AV Club meeting.
Heck yes! Who's in my AV Club?
So you obviously have very good friends, Glenn Ellis and Mark Green, beside you.
Hey, Mark!
And you also have Kevin Strickland there, who
Mr. Strickland?
You see him in band a lot because he is in the oboe section.
Oh, interesting. Yeah, I feel like he Stanford is also into the tech for for the theater department and stuff.
Oh, absolutely.
So, yeah, okay, that's how he knows the band kids and stuff, because for concerts and stuff he would
Yep, and those are your responsibilities as part of the AV club, is that you kind of handle other clubs' AV needs, whereas your colleagues kind of go and look into different technologies they can invest in, try and ham radios, things like that. The club is led by a rather enthusiastic man who, boy, he has a little bit of a very poor beard going, and this is the most power you've seen go to anybody's head, as Todd Loesch stands in front of you and goes, "All right, now, as president of this AV club, I need all of you to know that we need jackets. That is top priority number one.
Jackets?
Yes, jackets. Everybody needs a signature uniform item to be official, right? I know this is the first kind of full year we've had an AV club, but if we don't do this, West Diamante High is never gonna make it against East Diamante High."
East Diamante exists back then! Oh, interesting! Okay, hang on, what was the last name of Todd?
His last name is Loach. Loach.
VP Todd.
Like the fish.
Loach. No wonder the kids call him VP Todd, because VP Loach just sounds so dumb.
VP Loach is bad mouthfeel. Bad mouthfeel.
Hang on. Stanford thinks for a minute and he's like, what about siren hats?
Roll to convince someone.
Oh my god. Oh, I'm just 0 to emotional. Oh. Actually, that's an 8.
You see Todd has this far off look in his eyes. Almost as if he's imagining a future where a siren hat could be feasible and easily accessible through some sort of means. And he just looks off into the distance, and then shakes his head and looks back and goes, "We need to be realistic, gentlemen. We can't think too far in the future. We are not Star Trek. Yet. Now." And he turns over to the chalkboard and slams his hand against it, and he goes, Step number 1 is to acquire jackets. Mark, you said you had a connection? And Mark looks up and goes, I mean, my mom knows the dry cleaner in town. Does that count? And he looks at you for approval.
I mean, we would at least know where to clean the jackets.
Mark takes a note. And VP Todd goes, all right, Mark, you need to investigate that more because, and he slams his hand on the second thing that he's written, which is homecoming week. And he goes, homecoming is next week, and we need to have jackets for the parade because if people don't know we're the AV club, they won't know how to be the coolest cats in town.
Todd, why didn't you mention this a month ago? So then we would have more time to plan. Because I mean, the contingency plans for everything, but to get jackets customized, and then there's the logo design, and then the time for it to get delivered here, and for the prototypes to make sure that they look good. I don't think that it can be done in a week. I'm talking realistically and with the logistics because Stanford has tried to make like matching t-shirts for his D&D party campaign and stuff, and he's looked into it.
Hey baby, my sweet boy. Todd slams his hands down on the table and like leans over and goes, are you dissenting my authority, O'Brien?
I am speaking with logic and realistic goals.
Honestly, I didn't peg you as the Mr. Spock of our group, but that's fine. I believe that there is at least someone's grandma in town that could make us jackets. T-shirts in a pinch, but it is going to be a little chilly out. It is fall after all. And he moves on to the next thing and goes, once we have acquired matching memorabilia, and it just says, photo op. He goes, we need someone to take our pictures. How else are we going to actually get into the yearbook this year? We are an official club now. We need photography. And you know those yearbook kids aren't going to do it unless we do something about it.
Yeah, that's true. Hang on. What year is everyone in?
Juniors.
Juniors. Ah, juniors. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Does Stanford know who the yearbook teacher is?
Roll me a mental check.
All right. It's a +2. 8.
You know that the yearbook teacher is Donnie DeLois. Okay. He is an older gentleman who has been doing the yearbook forever.
Okay.
And he has a very small group of select juniors and seniors that help him with it.
Okay. Does Stanford know anyone in particular that may help them out?
Roll me a luck check.
Okay. Oh, 11.
Your friend that is in homeroom class with you, one Miss Charlotte Fiddleton, is the main photographer, and it's one of those that it's lucky to see her in homeroom because she's usually in the dark room during that time working on her photography.
Okay. Stanford speaks up and he's like, well, one of the photographers for the yearbook is in my homeroom, so maybe I can talk to her and see if she could.
Glenn nudges you a wink. It's like, yeah, I'm sure you'd love to do that, huh?
What do you mean? What do you mean?
I don't know, it's Charlotte Fiddleton,
I don't know what you're talking about. She's just a girl.
Todd looks very serious and goes, Stanford, you have a friend who's a girl who can take pictures?
Yeah.
All right, Stanford, you have been given an assignment. You must execute this to most perfection. We need at least 5 good photographs.
Okay. I think I can do that.
He's like, you can handle that?
Yeah. It should be fine. It should be fine. And he like is like just smoothing down his hair and he's just fidgeting.
You see that Kevin raises his hand and goes, I mean, this is all well and good, but I was supposed to go with my family to Timbers Point this next weekend. I'm not gonna be at homecoming. Well, I'm at least going to the game, but then we're gonna go to Timbers Point afterwards. Is that okay?
You're going to Timbers Point? Are you gonna go on the new ride?
Oh yeah, you know, it's like a big old wooden one, and I'm so excited. It's gonna be tubular, man.
Lucky. I've been trying to get tickets, but like every time I call, it's always sold out. How did you get the tickets, man?
My dad knows a guy.
Oh man. Next time, we gotta go.
Well, I mean, we try to get the band to go every year, but it's only if we win competition.
Oh.
I could see if you could tag along next time.
Okay, sounds good.
Yeah.
But it has to I'll have to look into my schedule for my D&D campaign because I got 2 campaigns going on at the same time. So I'll have to plan that in advance.
Kevin looks very seriously at you and is like, am I still on the wait list for those?
Well, it actually, one of the players is he's kind of being a malicious kind of person, so I'm debating about kicking him off. So he's just making the group uncomfortable, and it's not the vibes.
Pulls out the D&D book, and he's like, because I'd really like to work on my wizard.
Ooh, okay, interesting. Ooh, we're going to start the new edition, the one that just came out last month. So,
oh my God.
So I still have to. I have to read through all of it first, but then I can help you with building your wizard.
He nods, and you hear Todd slam his hand down on the table again, and he goes, "Gentlemen, we only have a few minutes before school actually begins, so we all need to know what our roles are. Mark, you are in charge of finding someone to make us outfits. Stanford, you are in charge of making sure that Charlotte takes our picture. Glenn, you need to keep Mark on task. And Kevin, just be there." And with that, the first bell rings, warning you to go to your first class.
I get all my stuff, and then I go to homeroom. My heart is beating so fast right now. I have very sweaty palms right now.
Mm-hmm. Roll me a physical check, please.
Oh boy. +1. Oh, that's a 6.
You are walking to class, and you stumble as somebody sticks their leg out in front of you to trip you. You fall to the ground, dropping your books, and you hear someone go, "You look like you had a long fall there, Stanford." And Boris Herman is standing above you with a sneer across his face.
No.
For those of you that don't remember last names, that's Linnae's dad.
No! Oh my god! Oh my god.
He is dressed like your traditional 80s yuppie, and he's got sunglasses on inside.
Boris wearing sunglasses inside is against dress code, and he's like scrambling to like pick up his books.
What, you gonna narc on me? And Boris kicks one of your books farther down the hall.
Oh no, I can't swear at him. No, because that's not Stanford's personality. I have to be a weenie. A weenie. Stanford is trying to ignore him and just kind of goes after his other books. And he's making a mental note. I am going to make an NPC based off of Boris, and I am going to nuke him off of the face of my D&D world, and it will be fine, and I will have closure.
Listen, Stanny boy, it's a real bummer that you joined the AV club. I mean, I thought you'd be doing something better with your time.
Technology is rapidly evolving in this world, and it'll be the day when I will be ahead of all of you. And you're going to be stuck, and technology is the best way to move forward. And he picks up his books and tries to scuttle away.
Roll me a fort peril.
That's a physical. Goddamn, it's a 6.
Boris kind of takes you by the back of the collar and slams you into a locker, almost Kabadon style.
Oh my god.
And is like, listen, Stanford, I'm just gonna make this really clear, because I did want to talk to you about something, but I don't need you to be trying to talk to Charlotte in homeroom anymore, okay? Got it?
What do you mean?
She's the only girl who's ever said no to me. I have to have her. Anyways, see you in homeroom, bud. And he gives you one of those little finger guns and walks off.
It takes 2 seconds for Stanford to come up with a comeback, and then he talks out loud. Consent is a thing, but no one's there to hear it.
In 1980, whatever. Truly a man of the ages.
Consent is a thing. Respect woman. And then he goes back. Goes to his class. Is Boris in his homeroom then?
Oh yeah.
Oh fuck. Okay.
Which Boris has a couple of other kind of like rowdy dudes around him. It looks like a lot of the swim guys. And you see that to the side of him is Stephen Chase, who is the best at free. And he's sitting there, and he's very like stern as he's sitting, and he kind of like looks over at Boris and kind of like mumbles to him about like something snide, because he's got kind of a sour look on his face.
Mm-hmm.
You as G9 see that Stephen does not look like Josh. Josh got all of his looks from his mom.
Yeah.
Who is sitting behind Stephen. Her name is Helena Lee.
Oh.
And she has, the same kind of like sandy hair that Josh does, and she's kind of like resting her face on her hand, and she just gives the back of Stephen's head a good flick, and then like looks away like, what, that wasn't me.
So cute.
Inside, also, you see that Glenn has beaten you to homeroom and has saved you a seat beside him.
Okay.
And behind him are the twins Gemma and Teddy Hall, who are Mercedes' dad and aunt.
Oh, Mercedes has twins? Twin families?
Twins!
Oh, that's so cute. Lots of twins in like this universe here.
Indeed. It's almost as if I love twins.
Yeah, I love it. Which one is he gonna do? Come on.
God tempt me.
Come on, let's be fair. Benny and Daisy had tried to do the which one is Hikaru, but like it's a fun time.
Of course they have.
And it has worked a couple times, actually.
Absolutely it has.
Especially when they were in middle school.
Especially when they were in middle school.
We're just making more as we go. I love it.
G9, I am requesting a picture of middle school Benny and Daisy, because I absolutely see Daisy as cutting off all her hair to match Benny's in middle school.
Would they still have their natural hair still, or would it be?
Oh yeah, they still have their wispy Victorian child blonde.
I love it!
Speaking of wispy Victorian child blondes, Obadiah Schwartz strolls in dressed to the nines and sits in the front row.
Obadiah Schwartz is going to a peasant school? Unheard of.
Listen, his parents are rich, but they're not stupid rich.
Oh, not new. They're new money.
He's one of those that, like, there's money in the family, and you see him judge everyone as he walks around, but he also gets all the leads in the school plays.
He's a theater kid too. Interesting. Okay. Yeah. Okay.
And there is an empty seat kitty corner to you that usually is where Charlotte Fiddleton sits, but she is not in class yet.
Okay. Stanford sits down, and he's like kind of dusting off like his books that like fell on the ground and stuff. And he's just kind of trying not to look too obvious that he's waiting for Charlotte if she'll like arrive, but he's just kind of like looking at the door and then like looking at her chair and then looking at the door again.
Glenn is looking at you like this and is like,
stop it!
How you doing, buddy? No.
I like shove him away. Like, stop it!
No, it's all good.
It's nothing.
Yeah, it's nothing.
It's nothing.
You look like a puppy waiting for someone to come home. Who are you waiting for, Stan?
I can smite your character at any time. Be nice to me. I'm the DM.
He puts his hands up like this and is just like, please have mercy.
I will take away your familiar parrot.
Jimbo. I'll do anything, I promise.
Be nice to me.
Your teacher, Mrs. Lunace, is taking attendance up at the front, and she goes, Stanford O'Brien, you're here?
Right here.
And she goes through the rest of roll and then looks up and goes, all right, I need a volunteer. It seems more than likely that Miss Fiddleton is in the dark room, in the art room. If someone could please go get her so that I can mark her either as tardy or present or absent, that would be wonderful.
Stanford raises his hand. He's like, I'll go.
How quickly do you raise your hand?
I think maybe Glenn is like egging him on to like raise his hand or whatever. So Stanford is like, fine. And then he raises pretty quickly.
Roll me a persona check.
Persona. Oh, it's a 0. Oh, actually, that's a 9.
Oh, yep. Glenn like stomps on your foot, so you go like this. But Boris raises his hand at the same time. And Mrs. Lunace looks between you and goes, oh, gentlemen, it's far too early in the morning for this. Just figure it out amongst yourselves.
Oh, no.
And Boris stands up and goes, well, then I'll go. I don't think Stanford's really going to complain too much.
No, that's okay. I can go.
Roll to convince someone.
Okay, I'm picking new dice. I'm tired of these mid rolls. Oh, 10.
You get up and you're out the door before Boris can even reach it.
Yes.
And you head down the halls. It is pretty quiet, as most people have gone into their homerooms.
Mm-hmm.
And you make your way over to the art room, and you see that in present day is just a back closet in the art room is the dark room that has the door closed.
Okay. Stanford is absolutely just sweating at this point. He's just so much stress. And he like went up against a bully and he's like feeling a little nauseous. He's just like, Stanford knocks on the darkroom door because he doesn't want to expose her photos because that's bad.
There is like a small sign taped to the door that says in use, and then beneath it in parentheses in Charlotte's handwriting it says, get lost, punks.
Stanford takes a note, writes on it, and says, hi Charlotte, it's Stanford from homeroom. The teacher, Mrs. Who was the teacher?
Lunace.
Mrs. Lunace wants to know if you're going to be absent, present, or tardy. And then he like draws an arrow that says flip me. And then on the back side of the paper, it says, also, I have a question question for you. It's not malicious. I am asking for your expertise, please. Thank you. Stanford O'Brien. And then he flies out of the door, and then he knocks on the door.
Here. Some paper rustling from behind the door, and it's quiet for a little bit until the door cracks open, and you see just barely any of Charlotte's face, and she goes, "Come on, come in."
Okay, Stanford goes in.
The room is covered in a just like almost spooky red light, and you squirrel that idea away for D&D later on.
Red means danger.
But there are several photos scattered all around hanging, and you see some of them are like pictures of neighborhood cats that are running around outside, and like some of them are a little blurry, as if Charlotte hasn't gotten really a hold of capturing motion yet.
Aww.
But she grins at you and is like, "Dude, you didn't have to write me this note. That's really a lot."
I didn't want to be yelling at you through the door because that seemed a little scary, because I know some people don't like it when guys yell because it's kind of scary, and I didn't want to scare you. And also I didn't want to open the door because I didn't want to ruin your photos.
Appreciate. Kind of really into these. Here, you're kind of like an outside perspective. And she points to some of her photos and she goes, "Which one is the best one and which one sucks?"
Stanford kind of looks around and he sees like the blurry one, and he thinks like it kind of looks like a monster from D&D. It's like a two-headed cat thing with spikes on the end of its tail. So he's talking out loud. This is his thought process. He talks out loud, and it looks cool from what I think, but like a regular boring person would probably think that would be bad because it's not a cat. But I think it's almost reminiscent of a tabaxi, but it's smaller with a knife sticking out of the tail.
She like puts her hand on her chin and kind of looks at it, and she's like, "So that one's your favorite?"
Yes.
Huh.
You can put more creative thought in the blurry ones because it's not a set thing that you're totally familiar with it, so you can paint it however you want it to look. Because this is obviously a cat, and he points at like an orange cat sticking out of a trash can. That's a cat. This is a cool cat fantasy monster, and he points at the blurry cat.
She smiles and she's like, I wouldn't have thought of it that way. I was kind of bummed about that one, but I think that one might be my favorite now. Thanks, Stanford.
Stanford is like a dog, and he's just like, yeah.
Tell you what, when it's done developing, you can have that one.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I mean, like, it's gonna do you a lot better for your D&D stuff.
Would be amazing.
Yeah, that'll be great. But I guess we do need to go to homeroom, and she just kind of like sits on a stool in there and just looks and goes, "What do you want to?"
I mean, fair. There's not a whole lot of nice people in that class anyways.
She shakes her head and she's like, "And Boris won't leave me the heck alone."
I don't like Boris.
Yeah, me either. He sucks.
He does suck.
She motions to another stool and is like, "Wanna pop a squat?"
Stanford awkwardly takes a seat.
Plus physical.
Oh boy. +1. Oh, 12!
You are sitting very poised, like very pristine, like almost uncomfortably so, but you don't tip over or anything.
Good!
And Charlotte just kind of looks and is like, "Dude, take a chill pill. It's all good. You're
I just
you're okay with hanging out with me, right?
No, it's just your creative space, and I don't want to ruin your creative space, but I don't want to take up too much space.
She laughs and she like nudges your arm and goes, "It's the school's place. It's not mine.
Well,
I just used it."
Well, you're mostly in here, so
I mean, yeah, you know, I don't really think that like trig is gonna help me in my actual life, you know. I really want to do this.
yeah, it's cool.
What do you want to do, Stan?
Realistically, I do want to get into technology because
Yeah, you're like super good with that stuff, huh?
Oh, he's totally blushing now, but it's red light, so you can't tell. He's blushing. He's like, yeah, but the dream is to just be a DM for the rest of my life, but get paid for it. But that's not a thing right now.
She
Stanford looks at the camera.
I don't know what that would be. But she leans back and she goes, I mean, I think you could do it really well. I mean, you fixed my Walkman a couple weeks ago. That was so sweet.
Yeah, that was no problem.
You know, I really haven't repaid you for that.
Oh, well, I did. If you read the back of the note, it said that I needed a I needed some
missive, and she like pulls out the paper and is like, "Oh yes, indeed.
No, it's okay. It's okay.
It's been so long since I've been off to war."
He's trying to like grab the note out of her hand. No, he's like, no, that's fine. It's fine. You don't need to do that anymore. You just throw that in the trash now. No, but
No, I liked it. I want to keep it. I'm putting it in my scrapbook.
No, you don't. You don't have to do that. Very red. Absolutely red. But if it's not too much of a trouble, I don't know how busy you are with the yearbook, but the AV club is looking to have some yearbook pictures taken, so if
roll them in someone with advantage because she has sparkles in her eyes.
Oh, that's a 10.
She goes, yeah. Oh, of course. You know, Mr. Delos is so strict about some of that stuff. And it's like, if you haven't been a club for at least 4 years, he doesn't want to include you in the yearbook. But you guys should. You put in the work.
Yeah, he is reminiscent of a dinosaur.
Indeed. He kind of puts her hands up like a T-Rex and goes, "Hey, yearbook."
He does the same thing.
She laughs hard enough that she snorts a little. And she's like, "Oh my god, that was so stupid."
No,
sorry.
That was funny. It was nice.
You think so?
Yeah.
Oh, the bell rings.
Oh,
shit. Shoot.
Oh,
beans.
I'll have to get my stuff back from class.
Yeah. I gotta go, but this was a good homeroom. Here, and she takes your hand and she writes a phone number on it, and she goes, "That's my home phone, so you know, call the landline. If my dad answers, just don't worry about it. He's ridiculous. And let me know when I can help."
Okay, cool. Thanks.
Cool. See you, Stan. And she grabs her bag and heads out.
And Stanford walks back to get his stuff, and he has her number, and he's just like, he's over the moon. He's over the moon.
Glenn is holding your stuff and is like, "Dude, what happened to you?"
"I got her number." He holds
drops all of the stuff in his hands and goes, "Oh my god."
"I got her number."
Takes your hand and looks at it and goes, "That is a bona fide phone number. Look at you."
Yeah. So she'll do it. So
like the pictures?
Yeah.
How did this happen?
I don't know. Maybe she felt bad for me. I don't know.
I mean, yay, man. Good job.
I guess. I don't know.
Well, Well, whatever. We gotta go to bio anyways, right?
Yeah, we do.
So you're gonna call her? You gonna talk on the phone super long?
Well,
Be like, hey!
he shoves Glenn around. He's like, well, I have to call her so then we can schedule when we're all going to take photos for the yearbook. Duh, don't be dumb.
Sure. That's the only reason you're gonna call her, right?
No, don't be dumb. It's not like that. I'm not weird like that.
All I'm saying is that, I mean, there's a dance next week, and unless you've forgotten to tell me, you don't have a date.
Well, I thought we were all gonna go as the group.
I mean, yeah, I was thinking about that until Gemma Hall actually asked me, so...
No way.
Yeah, I was like, man, is this like girl power or whatever? Like, is that a thing? I don't know, but it was kind of nice. Like, I felt really special.
How did that happen? When did this happen?
It was in homeroom. You were gone. She just passed me a note. It was folded like a football. And it just said, homecoming, you, me. And then when I looked at her, she gave me a thumbs up. So I gave her a thumbs up back. So I got a date.
You didn't even talk. That was...
Goes, I don't know. I guess I got those rugged good looks.
Shut up, dude. Stop it. And he tries to grab his books or whatever. And then he's trying not to think too much about Charlotte and how cute her little laugh was.
No.
Charlotte, Stanford is a good boy, okay? He fell first. He's been falling. He's been falling since elementary, okay?
He's been pining.
Yeah.
Just you make it to your bio class, which is a strange kind of class. It's Glenn's favorite, because it's less biology and more kind of like botany. It's very much about plants, as your teacher was one of the former professors at the newly minted University of Diamante instead of Diamante College. They started offering a master's program. Who taught all of the botany and forest and man kind of classes. And so it's a mix of folks from freshmen to seniors.
Okay.
It's a fairly newer course, and that's why you see a woman with a rather tight expression, and her hair is up to the gods, and her nose is a little too large, and it is freshman class president Ann Goldsmith.
Is her sister here too?
Naomi is 8 years younger. So she is not in school yet.
Oh, okay.
Middle school.
Freshman.
Where she happens to be meeting a lovely little Chadley, who is her middle school lab partner.
It's too cute. I love them.
Too, dude, me too.
Oh boy.
Anne kind of looks at you and gives you a sneer and goes, you know, the AV club's not really going to last that long. If you don't let girls in, you're not going to get any more people.
We never excluded girls. Girls just never wanted to come in because it's just a room full of guys. Girls are welcome.
Wrinkles her nose and goes, well, then where's my spot? I applied.
Did she?
Roll me 2d6.
11.
Yeah, she did.
She did apply. Who was looking at the application? Was it Todd?
One Mr. Todd.
Okay. Well, I'm not in charge of the application process, but I can talk to Todd and see what happened to the application if you really do want to join the AV club.
Because am really sensing some. What exactly would I call it? Corruption in your system? And I won't stand for that. As president of the freshman class, I'm not going to stand for that.
You can at least sit down.
She takes her seat. Goes, I'm watching you.
Stanford isn't intimidated by Anne. He's just more like flabbergasted. Like, why does she have so much malice against him? He knows nothing about her.
We see her turn forward and she's like, I have a feeling that man's going to be a problem for me.
Yes, I am going to rig your voting system so you'll never be mayor ever again.
But you do go in to sit down and class begins, and it's fairly low stakes. It's fairly low key. It's a Friday right before homecoming week, so everybody's kind of a little loosey goosey.
Mm-hmm.
And the class ends with little fanfare. And as you're heading over to your locker, you see one very prim-looking woman, well, girl, kind of walk by, and she goes, Stanford.
Yes?
You're part of that AV club that started, right?
Yes. What does she look like? This girl?
She looks a little, very serious. Like, very serious, very put together. Like, she stands up straight. Her name is Courtney Carlson. And, we Future Sight fans know that she's Preston's mom, or will be Preston's mom.
Oh, no one. So this is the personality that Preston inherits. Okay, cool. Stanford is like, yes, can I help you?
Understand that you have been helping with the theater productions, which is not exactly our school's sort of main export, as you would say. Courtney Carlson, by the way, manager of the swim team. Now, what I want you to do is do some of your tech things and show off our team, because granted, the defeat from Carbondale last year does still sting, but I really believe in our boys, and I think we can really kick it back.
What?
We need to do like a commercial or something. You have all the technology for that, right? You could get us on the radio.
Maybe?
Good. All right, I need to see something by Monday, so, here is my pager number. Here's my parents' phone number. Here is the office that I work at's number, and I think that's about it. Good. Sure, you have a proposal to me by beginning of day on Monday. I'll give you the whole weekend, but we really do need to get it because the meet will be here before we know it. Okay?
When's the next meet?
Oh, it's not for a few months, but I do like to be prepared. Thanks. And she like pinches your cheek and is like, thank you. Okay, good. Let me know if you have any questions. I will be sure to answer post haste. And remember, Stanford, it needs to be professional and it needs to be perfect.
He's just so floored right now. He's like, what just happened?
Plus one quest.
Yeah. Oh, it's a mandatory time-sensitive side quest, and Stanford doesn't like those.
No, I wouldn't wish a timed delivery quest on anybody.
The worst. Stanford is like, but last minute things aren't good quality, and she's already gone.
She's already gone.
It's not good quality. Oh, she's gone.
But you see Steven walks by you, and he kind of like narrows his eyes, and he goes, "Well, you got something wrong with the swim team, huh?"
No, why is everyone so malicious and paranoid? I'm just hanging out here.
He kind of like squints and goes, "I like your face, O'Brien."
Willa in the distance is like, I'm gonna fucking punch you. Anyways.
It's like, just don't fuck with our team, okay?
Why would I do that?
Yeah, Courtney's a lot, but like, we need someone organized to make sure our team actually fucking wins this year.
Well, that's not Courtney's responsibility, isn't that the captain's?
He steps in close and goes, "What, you making fun of me? You making fun of me, Stanford?"
No, I'm just speaking logically because social media does not exist.
This kind of blank look and is like, "What are you talking about?"
No, having media representation for a thing is not going to improve your basic skill set. So, that's what I'm just saying is,
Steven is checked, as you're saying that, and you hear a voice go, "Okay, you're bullying him enough. Go to class." And you see Helena is, kind of behind him with her arms folded and, giving him kind of a look. And you see that Steven kind of blushes and turns away and walks off. And Helena looks to you and goes, "You good? You all right?"
Yeah. Oh, okay.
Yeah. Don't listen to him. He's all stressed out. It's not okay, but that's just kind of the way that he is when he's stressed, you know? It was his fault that they lost the last meet last year, so he's kind of putting a lot of pressure on himself. You wouldn't do that, right?
No.
She smirks and she goes, "No, you don't seem like the type. You know you do a good job, right?"
I try.
Yeah. And she kind of smiles and she goes, "And listen, don't date Courtney Carlson, even if she asks."
Why in the world would I do that?
Helena kind of laughs and goes, "Okay, good, you're on the right page." She's just really overbearing. We were in a lab group together last year, and she's kind of a lot.
Did she just volunteer herself to be manager of the swim team? I never heard of a manager for...
Oh yeah, she just made up the role.
Okay.
Which, like, Helena kind of shrugs and goes, "If I had known there was a role like that, I mean, I might have signed up."
You could have been at least better.
Thanks. That was really nice.
Yeah.
Huh. Hey, you've got history next, right?
Yeah.
Hey, walk with me. I need some advice.
Okay. What's up?
Do you think that Steven would be a good homecoming date?
I mean,
not for you. You know, I mean, I don't know what you like, but you know, I don't know.
I mean, personally, I don't really care for him because he's not exactly the nicest guy to me. But if you like him and if he's nice to you, I don't see why you shouldn't take him to homecoming.
I mean, I was kinda hoping he would ask me, but I don't know how you guys kind of think, you know? Like, it's supposed to be the boys asking the girls, but
Yeah.
I mean, Jeff asked Glenn out, so I guess anything's possible nowadays,
Yeah.
right?
You don't have to wait for him. I mean, to be honest, boys are kind of stupid and lizard brain in a sense. You have to be very obvious with what you want, otherwise it goes right over our heads. So I don't know how Steven is like with that stuff in that sense. So if he has the lizard brain, I think you need to take control and tell him what you want. And if he's a good guy, he will respect you and go along with it.
Roll to convince someone.
Okay. +0. 7. Oh my god.
She goes, You're right about boys having lizard brains. But I don't know, I'm just nervous, I guess. It's much easier to talk to you, which, I mean, no offense, you're a great person, but I don't like you like.
No, that's fine. That's the feeling is mutual.
Cool, yeah. But I'm sure there's someone out there for you, you know. Probably.
Probably.
Thanks for the talk. I got a lot to think about, but I'm gonna go sit down now.
Okay.
Hi, Stanford. And
Bye.
she, like, kind of looks like that was a weird conversation as she goes in and sits down.
Stanford takes a seat and he's just fiddling with he's like looking at Charlotte's phone number on his arm, and he's also writing it down on a piece of paper, so just in case when the number comes off of his arm, he'll have a physical copy of it.
Physical copy of it, exactly.
Yeah.
The class ends and you see that there is a note in your locker.
Oh boy. What does the note say?
It says, hey, come to the art room at lunch. I want to talk through some things. And it's got a little star on it.
A star?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Does he recognize that it's Charlotte's handwriting?
Roll me a mental check.
+2. He would know what Charlotte's handwriting looks like.
I mean, she wrote her number on his arm.
Yeah, 11.
Yep, it's Charlotte's.
Okay, so he's not going to get punked in, like, the art room or anything.
Yeah.
Okay, sure. He goes, when it's time to go to the art room, he goes to the art room.
Yep. You head to lunch, and there are a couple of other, like, art kids eating in there. You recognize a couple of them from, like, painting the sets for the plays.
Mm-hmm.
And you see one girl is, she's got, like, really, really kind of, like, big permed hair, and it's, like, got some color at the ends, almost like it was, like, done with Sharpies. And you look up and you see Lucy Hale, or Lucinda Hale.
Oh,
and she kind of gives you a nod and goes back to her art.
Lucinda's an art kid?
She sure was.
Oh, wise.
Yeah.
Okay.
And
that's how her and Obadiah met. They're both in theater, and it's cute. Okay, anyways, Stanford goes over to where Charlotte is.
Mm-hmm. You see that the sign is on the dark room again that says "Get lost, punks."
Stanford writes another note, and he's like, "Hi, it's me again." And he draws the little malformed blurry cat in the little corner. It looks so ugly, but he's like going off a memory of what the blurry cat.
He sobs. Oh my God.
He slides it under the door and then he knocks on it.
She opens the door and yanks you in. She goes, "Okay, number one, I'm framing this and I'm keeping it forever. Thank you."
No, you don't have to do that.
Too late. And she puts it in her pocket.
No.
And goes, oh, were you gonna try to take it?
No.
It's in my pocket now.
No,
so
I'm not going near that. No.
She looks a little disappointed and kind of turns around and is like, "Well, I guess I just wanted some more deets on what exactly you guys wanted." And you see her pull out her big planner and she's got like a pen and she's like, "I guess I just wanted, I don't know, like, where to go? What to do? If you know that yet. If not, maybe, I could, meet up with you this weekend?"
I don't know.
Just to figure out all the details. Right, yeah, for picture. Yeah.
Yeah, well, I don't really know all the details per se. Todd was talking about getting matching jackets for everyone. I don't know how well that's going to work out.
In time for homecoming?
Yeah, I don't.
They're not gonna get jackets in time.
I don't. He should have told me a month ago.
Yeah, that's.
He expects last minute things just to magically happen, and that I can't. That's a physical impossibility.
Yeah, it's not like there's ever gonna be anything that could send you something in like 1 to 2 days.
Yeah, and and besides, you would have to call someone to put an order in. You can't you can't go onto an untangible location and put in your information through a device.
Hey, yeah, you'd at least have to call a shopping service or something.
Exactly. So I don't know when or where the photos he wants to do, but I mean, all I can think of is taking some cool shots with the equipment in the tech box in the theater, because that has some pretty cool stuff.
Because you do all the lights and stuff, right?
Yeah. Though, can I tell you a secret?
She brightens up. She's like, "Wait, yeah."
Sometimes I mess with the people's mics, the ones that aren't nice to me, and I like to mess with them. So then I make them do their lines again because their mics weren't on. I don't do it all the time, but it's funny.
Mockingly, in mock, affront, puts her hand on her heart and goes, "Stanford, you dog."
Don't tell anyone, someone will hurt me.
She holds out her pinky and goes, "I promise."
He does another pinky promise.
You hold on for a little bit, and you see that she's holding on a little longer, and she goes, "Okay, cool. By the way, your cat's done." And she hands you the picture of the blurry cat.
Does it look even blurrier?
Oh, absolutely it does. You can barely tell it's a cat.
Excellent. And then he takes it and then carefully slides it in. He has a portfolio binder for all of his stuff, and he puts it in one with nothing in there so nothing scratches the photo, and then he closes it very gently.
Baby boy.
He's just a little guy. He's just a little guy.
Just a guy. Charlotte kind of smiles and is like, "All right, well, one last thing before you go. Do you guys want these pictures before homecoming or at homecoming?"
Before the due date for sending in photos in for the yearbook.
I mean, that's end of next week, but we can do that.
I'll talk with the guys and see what they also want, because I value their opinion.
Oh, totally. Yeah, that sounds good. Just keep me posted.
But I guess if you still wanted to talk more details on the photos or whatever, maybe there's that new smoothie place that opened recently, so maybe we can go, because I've honestly been wanting to try out their food over there, but I never had an excuse to go.
By the arcade, right?
Yeah,
that sounds great. Do you want to tonight or
whenever you're free?
I pretty dang scotch tape free, man. Not a lot going on in the good old Fiddleton world, and honestly, this weekend we're supposed to go visit my cousins, and I really don't want to, and anything to keep me away from my sister is always a good time. So
I can be your excuse.
I mean, way. No, honestly, I'd much rather hang out with you than anything else, but... And she looks really embarrassed and goes, "I mean, whenever you're good. Would be good. For me, too."
Well, it just can't be on Thursdays because I have D&D and then he has a little planner, a little itty-bitty little planner, and he flips open to it and he stands next to her and he shows his schedule to her. He's like, "So we can't do Thursdays because sometimes our sessions go for 5 hours long. So it can't." Yeah.
On a school night?
Yeah.
Huh.
I don't know how it works, but it does.
Is poker night on Thursdays too? Do they play cards on their D&D days when they're
It it turned from D&D into poker because poker didn't take 5 hours long.
Oh my god. Okay, poker's on Thursdays. Got it.
Yep.
Charlotte's like, cool, yeah. That works.
Cool.
She's like, can I pencil myself in?
Yeah, go ahead.
She leans over you, and you get a nice scent of a very citrusy shampoo. And she writes her name under Friday evening, and she goes Charlotte in big letters, and underlines it and goes, okay, cool.
Cool. It's a date because it's a date on the date. Oh, we're going on this date.
Huge. And she's like, yeah, that makes sense. It is a date that is in the calendar. Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah. So I'll see you there.
Sure. Do you want me to do you want to meet there, or do you want to
Wait, Stan, do you have a car?
Yeah.
Pick me up then.
Okay.
She looks very pleased and is like, pick me up and we'll go to the smoothie place.
Okay, sounds good.
Cool. So I'll see you tonight.
Yes. Yes.
She nods and is like, I'll be ready at 6.
Whatever is free for you. I do not want to inconvenience you.
She smiles because it's not an inconvenience. I'm really stoked to hang out.
Okay, yeah, me too.
She kind of grins, and we flash over to Mark and Glenn staring at you going, you what?
It's just kind of like we just kept on talking, and then it would make sense to talk about more about the details with because I don't know all the details with the photos and stuff like that, and I can't exactly call up Todd right now because we don't have individual phone devices on us. So
I mean, that's just ridiculous. When would that ever happen? That's only in Star Trek where they have those communicators. Yeah, totally.
Yeah, and with the face projections with communication, that's never gonna happen. But
ridiculous.
Exactly.
You have a date with Charlotte Fiddleton.
It's not a date, it's a meeting for
Mark's like, technically you said it was a date. Even though you said it's a date on the calendar.
It's a date on the calendar.
Yeah, but that still counts as a date. Glenn's like, man, I honestly thought Charlotte was going to ask you if anything, but good for you.
It wasn't more of an ask. It just kind of stumbled out of my mouth. I don't know. Whenever I see her, my brain kind of just shuts down.
Mark shrugs and goes, I mean, that still counts, I would think.
Yeah.
You feel a spitball on the back of your head. And you see that Boris Herman is looking the other way. Almost like, who did that?
Stanford goes with the paper towel and just kind of takes the spitball out and then throws the trash. He goes over to the trash where Boris is at, and he's like, Charlotte doesn't really care for bullies. And then he goes away back to his table.
You see that Boris stands up, and he's flanked by 2 guys.
Oh my god.
One you recognize as future news anchor Brandon Sanderson. And
talk to me? Talk to death to me?
The other one is a rather sour-looking gentleman that you know as Garrett Kowalski, who is our good buddy Aaron's dad.
Bullies! Bullies are with bullies!
Bullies! And you see Boris kind of steps up to your table and is like, I'm sorry, what did you say to me?
Do you have a hearing problem? I thought I was loud and clear.
I think you should repeat it for the record. And you see Brandon Sanderson has like a little like news like journalist's notebook out, and he's like, I do like to make sure that I am up to date on everything.
I said Charlotte doesn't care for bullies, but in fact, no one should really care for bullies. Because that's not nice.
What makes you say I'm a bully, Stanford?
Well, you did knock down my books and you tripped me earlier today. I think that's...
You're so clumsy.
Well, then you also proceeded to kick my other book away.
I don't know what you're talking about. And I need you to roll a keep your wits about you.
Oh, what is that? What is that? That's,
I believe that's... I double check.
Keep your wits is persona.
Persona, that's it.
Oh, it's a +0 still. 7.
You feel a little startled as he's kind of looking towards you, and like he leans in again and is like, I'm only gonna say this once, O'Brien, okay?
Okay.
I'm taking Charlotte Fiddleton to the homecoming dance, whether you like it or not.
Well, she's able to say no to you. She doesn't have to go with you.
He looks and he goes, nobody can actually say no to me. I'm too good. And he kind of stands up and goes, just make sure you know your place, Stan. Because guys like me, we get the girl. And guys like you, well, have fun at AV Club. And he turns and you see that Garrett kind of does one of those, like, kind of like gets up in your business and is like, the football team's going to win this year. And stalks off, and Brandon's like, do you have anything to add? Any comments?
Why are you friends with them?
Kind of leans in and goes, honestly, I'm really there for the gossip, because, like, they're the ones that cause the most problems in our class, so, you know, sticking around them, I get, and he taps to his notebook and he goes, I get the scoop firsthand.
I'm concerned for your safety. Don't get too close to them.
He, grins a brilliantly white smile and goes, nah, I'll be fine. Thanks, though.
Stanford the whole time was thinking, Charlotte, save me, Charlotte, save me, Charlotte, save me. That was his mantra the entire time.
Adorable.
I don't like these bullies. I want to punch them. But Stanford can't because he's a weenie.
He's a weenie.
A little weenie.
It is, after school, and, you're about to head out when you see Charlotte is, like, scouring the halls, and she's, like, looking frazzled, like, very frantic. You see that, Helena is on her side, kind of, like, trying to calm her down and, like, looking around with her.
Stanford goes up to Charlotte, and he's like, are you okay?
Stanford, yeah, everything's totally great. You wouldn't happen to have seen a Canon camera anywhere, right? One in a really cool leather pouch that was handmade, and it's got laces on the side and stuff.
Has Stanford ever seen this camera before today?
Roll a mental check.
With disadvantage, fuck. Okay.
Yeah, disadvantage.
Mental check. Oh, it's a +2 anyways. Maybe just 6s all around. Actually, that's a 10.
You know that that's Charlotte's prized possession is her camera that she got for Christmas last year. And like that she has been inseparable with since. And you know that she had it on her when you guys had your lunch meeting, but you did not, like, you haven't seen her again till now, and now she doesn't have it.
Oh yeah, I know what you're talking about. No, I haven't seen it. When was the last time you had it? In the dark room?
I have it on me, and like she pats her messenger bag, and she's like, I always keep it in here unless I'm working, and then I have it on my other side, but it's not in here anymore, and I know I put it back, and it's not in the art room, and it's not in the dark room, and she just keeps going, and Helena kind of looks between you and goes, well, I mean, Stanford is a really smart guy. I'm sure he could help you find it, right, Char? And she looks to you, like, very seriously, like, Stan, You're a particularly good finder.
He's a Hufflepuff, yes.
He sure fucking is.
He's a Hufflepuff, yes, of course. Yeah, we can look sometimes, I don't know, not saying that, like, the AV Club may have stolen it out of malice, but maybe they thought it was their stuff, our stuff, and maybe just threw it back into the AV closet. We can check there.
Sure. Yeah.
Oh.
And you see that Charlotte, like, hasn't really calmed down, but she's just kind of, like, nodding along and just keeps looking at things. And Helena kind of looks at you and goes, I think that you're going to be good hands for her. I think you'll be able to find it, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
And she smiles and she winks real quick and goes, keep me posted, okay? Give me a call when you find it, Char, okay? I'm gonna go to work now. And she looks at you again and looks, like, very seriously, like, good luck. Okay?
Oh, thank you. I'll help her find it.
And Charlotte's just, like, looking all around and she goes, okay, AV closet, you said?
Yeah, let's go over there. And he, like, takes her over to, like, the AV Club room and then, like, starts, like, going through the closet and stuff. And I'm like, well, I wouldn't understand why they would take it, though, because it is in such a really distinct leather pouch. Like, even I recognize that. So, like, they gotta be stupid if they think that that was theirs. And is...
Pay attention to my camera bag?
It's just a very distinctly designed bag, and I think it looks cool.
Thanks. I got it at and she kind of stops. She goes, festival.
A festival.
An outdoor one.
What kind of festival? That
You know, just a festival. A totally normal one.
Stanford is now going into, like, the backs of his mind. He's like, where have I seen this design before? I know I have seen this design before. Is it from the Ren Fair?
You can roll to touch her heart and figure that out.
Hang on. I'm trying to look at the...
Yeah, are you looking at his special skill?
Yeah, I want to see if, like, this is relevant to the situation. One step ahead, you've thought about every outcome, and contingency roll plus mental. It doesn't necessarily say, like, what type of roll. It's just a mental roll.
You can use that with, if you're going to be looking for it, you're going to do a glimpse the truth. Which is a plus mental, so I would allow that on that roll.
Okay. All right. +2. God damn it. That's a 6.
Yeah, you, find yourself a little bit distracted as you're looking, and, like, a big pile of VHS tapes falls over. And Charlotte kind of turns and is like, oh God, what happened?
It bops me on the nose. I'm like, we gotta stack these better.
Oh, geez, are you okay?
Yeah, it's fine.
Charlotte's very close to you. And she, like, kind of takes your face in her hands and, like, kind of looks and is like, all right, your nose doesn't look broken or anything.
The Ren Fair! He just blurted out. Did you get the bag at the Ren Fair?
She turns bright red and goes, I mean, how did you know that?
Because actually I just remembered that I have a dice bag that has a similar, very, very similar lacing design on the side of it, and then I just remembered, and no judgment, I play D&D, like...
I mean, yeah, but... And she kind of, like, steps away and she goes, I don't know, I got made fun of for it, so I don't really tell anything.
Who made fun of that? That's not cool. It's something that you like.
I mean, my sister is always making fun of everything I like, and then, Gemma kind of poked at me a little bit, and Courtney Carlson said that I'm wasting my time and I should be thinking about college.
Bless you.
That was a GM sneeze. Charlotte's just kind of like, nobody really gets that. Sometimes you gotta have fun, and, like, maybe I'm not gonna go to college. Maybe I'm gonna start taking pictures and get super famous, and, like, I don't know, travel the world or something.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah?
Yeah, that's cool. It's cooler to see someone, like, besides doing, like, the regular schmegular boring thing, and I think that's really cool that you want to, like, travel out, and I think you would take really cool pictures of stuff.
She's, like, stunned. She's like, thank you. Nobody's ever really been excited for my plans.
Well, that's stupid, because your plans are fun.
So are yours, Mr. Tech Wizard.
It's not fun compared to your stuff.
She shakes her head and she's like, I don't think it's in the AV closet. I think we would have found it after your little avalanche there.
Wait a minute. And then he's like, the school just built an internal surveillance system. Maybe we can find it.
They're watching us?
It's just a few. They're only doing like a trial run. It's like more of like, it's like a new thing that that a company is like promoting, like, oh, we'll give you like free security cameras and you'll try it out, and if it's good then we'll send you more. And but I think it's good to like deter bullying and bad things.
It's so
So yeah, I happen to have access to the security room because I'm friends with whoever is the guy whoever is the person. I am. I can be friends with a cool teacher too. Maybe it's the teacher of the AV club, because you need a teacher to sponsor the AV club.
You do.
Yeah.
I'll give you that. You are gonna go down to it is a lady teacher actually, and her name is Gretchen Appleton.
Appleton?
Okay. And she is the English teacher.
Okay. She's also English?
I mean, her vibe is English teacher vibe.
Okay.
We recently had you guys read 1984, which she laughed at because that was only a few years ago.
Okay. He's gonna go over to Mrs. or Miss Appleton. Mrs. Appleton. He goes to her room and he's like, sorry, Mrs. Appleton, can I just borrow the keys to the surveillance room real quick? Charlotte lost her camera and maybe someone accidentally like grabbed it on the way out or something, just to see.
And she looks up and she goes, I can't exactly give students access to the security cameras, and I need you to roll to convince someone, because she's going into her desk to as if to get keys for you.
Oh, okay. Oh, 10!
Yep, and she is like, I really can't just let students go willy-nilly into the security room, and she hands you the keys. And goes, it would really be a shame if those keys weren't in my desk drawer by the time I leave today, right?
It would be such a shame. Like, where could they have possibly gone? Nowhere, because, you know, it's always been in your desk the entire time.
There the whole time. And, you know, kids like you are going to behave when you're alone in little rooms, right?
Yes.
She looks between you two.
Yes.
It's like, okay. Just bring them back. I got to leave by 5.
Okay, I don't think it'll take long. And then he like goes over to the security room with Charlotte. And then,
oh my god, that was smooth, dude.
I mean, Mrs. Appleton is cool. Like, a lot of people like give her a lot of flack for being like a boring teacher, but she's cool.
Yeah, I mean, maybe I got to pay attention more in English. I don't know.
Yeah, she has a snack drawer.
She has a snack drawer?
Yeah, but only her favorites know about it.
Yeah. You see Charlotte kind of think and goes, I can get good at English. Lead the way, secret agent.
He's like super secret agent 8.
Yeah, 008.
008.
Oh man, the Bond sequel we needed.
Yeah. He goes into the security room and then he like fiddles with like the techie stuff.
Yeah, and I'm not gonna let you just go in there. I need you to keep your wits about you.
Can I get advantage because it's techie stuff?
Of course you can.
Yay!
Because the security room is right by the principal's office.
Okay.
And you do see that the principal, Mr. Berger, is, the door is closed, but the light is on underneath it. So he's still there. And he's a rather here old man.
All right. With advantage. Oh, that is, did you say keep your wits about you?
Persona.
Oh, it's still a 10.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You sneak in effortlessly and are met with many screens of very grainy CCTV footage.
Okay, he's gonna go start with the art room camera and see like who's like been going in and out and stuff and see if anyone's carrying a very specifically designed camera bag.
Yep, you see the art room is kind of empty for like 1 hour, but in that hour you do see that Lucy Hale is in there working on art, and you see one Obadiah Schwartz sit next to her. And they chit-chat for a little bit, it looks like, and they head out at the end of class, quote unquote. You see there's a ceramics class in there, and you see that there is a study hall in there that Charlotte is in, and Charlotte's like, oh, I don't super love that angle. It's not great.
You look fine.
Really?
Yeah. I think so.
You're too sweet. And she kind of rolls her eyes. And you see that Boris is in that study hall, and he sits next to her as she's kind of spreading photos out on a table. And you see them having like a little snippy conversation, and the video footage kind of like jumbles there, like it
dies.
Flashes, and you see that Boris is getting up and walking away with his back.
With his backpack?
Mm-hmm, with his backpack.
Does it look like he, does it look bulkier than when he first walked in?
A be vigilant check.
I'm not good at those. That's a 5.
Well, you're good at that.
Oh, with advantage?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Okay, much better. That's a 9.
Yep. You do see that it looks like there's like an awkward bulk at the front of it. Almost as if he stuffed something in there really quickly. And you see that he got up and went to the restroom after that with his backpack.
Okay.
Because it was the 80s and they could do whatever they wanted.
Yeah, that's true. He rewinds and then goes back to where Charlotte and Boris were sitting down, and he turns to Charlotte and he says, "Do you think Boris took your camera? It looks like you guys were having a argument."
Yeah, he asked me to the homecoming dance again, and I don't want to go with him. Probably not even gonna go at all.
He's asked you before and you said no, and he's still going after you?
Yeah.
Oh, that's not right.
It's stupid. Because you know what? He's never been told no before in his life.
Yeah, he's told me that before. Heard that spiel.
Did he ask you to homecoming?
No. No.
That's cool, I guess.
No, I don't, no.
Okay, cool. Glad that you like girls.
Yeah.
Yeah. You see her kind of like look away and be like, stupid.
Oh, Claire gave me advantage with the other one. I didn't see that. Thanks for pointing that out, Jester. And thanks, Claire. Okay, I will do that next time. Stanford is like, well, I mean, Boris is kind of incriminating himself already by being weird towards you, and his backpack, and he like forwards over and he like enhanced Google Images, but it's grainy as fuck on the screen or whatever, and he's like, if you could just see see, like, the backpack's slightly bulkier. I don't know if you can see, but,
I mean, I can see it now that you've zoomed in, but, like, how?
like, maybe he just I don't know, just shoved your camera in there. Maybe it's like, I don't know, blackmail to make you go out with him to the homecoming thing. I don't know. He's shady. I don't like him.
What are we gonna do? Like, how are we? Can we like confront him? Can I punch him?
Actually, I would like to see you do that.
Arlen laughs again with a little giggle snort and is like, I can't punch him. I can't punch him. I promise my.
Why can't my lips are sealed. No one would have to know.
No. I gotta be mature here. Gotta be mature and just cuss him out.
Well,
You're okay with swears, right?
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, all right. And you see her visibly relax there. She goes, cool, because I swear a lot.
Yeah, that's fine. No, if anything though, Boris is being the immature one. So instead of being the better person, and just stoop down lower and hit him where it really hurts.
Like kick him in the stuff?
I mean, if he's being like extra weird about it, and if he did really steal your camera, by all means, do whatever you want to him. You deserve to do that.
Yes. I like the way you think, Stanford. Would you do you have anywhere to be before we go get smoothies?
No?
Because I mean the swim team's practicing right now, and I mean Boris isn't gonna have his backpack on him.
Is Boris on the swim team?
He is.
Oh, sneaky binky time!
And Charlotte's like, I mean, if you feel comfy, like, I don't want to put you in a situation that, like, you aren't there for.
We can go see. We can just see, if like the camera is or isn't there in his backpack. If it's not in there, then we don't need to confront him, and you don't need to worry about that. But if he did steal it, then yeah. So just be on the lookout. I don't know how you would contact me if I were to go into the guys' locker room of how if like the guys are coming back in from practice. But
Do we need like a code word?
Ooh.
Or like I could like make a bird call. Into the locker room, like they would just think there's like a sparrow like in the locker room, and you could run out. Or that sounds tough. That's a bad idea.
Why not? Oh, not a whistle though, because then the swim team will think that it's their whistle and they'll like do whatever.
They're activated sleeper whistle.
They're activated swim team. You can sneeze.
Yeah.
Or
I can see it.
Or cough.
I think coughing might be easier for me.
Okay. Yeah. We can do that.
Cool. Okay.
Cool.
Thank you. This is probably a lot, and I am really thankful that you're helping.
No, it's okay. In his brain, he's like, I will do anything for you.
It's just like, I would die for you.
I would die for you.
And you guys head over to where the locker room is by the pool. And
right.
I need you to be vigilant, which is a plus mental.
Oh, okay. I am not going to roll with advantage on that one because I have a +2. I'm going to save that advantage for when I need it.
And do whatever you need to.
Oh, fuck yeah. That's an 11.
Hell yeah. You slide into the locker room with ease. And you hear that, like, the whistle is going in the pool area as the guys are practicing swim. And you do hear Courtney's voice going, now, I don't understand why you're not letting me into the coach's space and seeing, who's going to be put into what, and you hear her just rambling.
Stanford rolls his eyes, and then he goes and finds Boris's locker.
It is locked.
Is it a key lock, or is it like a tumbler lock?
It's a tumbler lock. It's a combination lock.
Stanford looks at this locker because he's like, I have been practicing. Cause he wants to be a rogue for LARP camp this summer, and he actually does want to impress people that he can like bust into locks and stuff.
I accept it wholeheartedly. Roll me a mental check.
All right, I'm doing this with advantage because I do not want to fuck this up.
Oh, absolutely.
Oh, thank God. Okay, that is a 10.
Yep, your practicing has paid off because that lock pops open, baby.
I'm in. And he goes into the backpack and like tries to find the camera.
Yeah, it's pretty obvious. It's in the front pocket of the JanSport. And you see that there's a little note written in it that says, "Hey Charlotte, looks like someone took your camera. I think it was that creepy Stanford guy. Anyways, I wanted to return it to you. Hope all is well. BT dubs. I'm free on Saturday for the homecoming dance." Smiley face. Art Boris.
Stanford takes the camera, locks the locker again, and just slaps the note on the locker door. And then he leaves with the camera.
As you're leaving, you hear the swim team starts to come in.
What?
It's like, alright, get in the showers.
Why did Charlotte come? Why did Charlotte come?
You barely hear over the din of high school swim boys.
Oh my God. He like rushes to like the back like entrance of the locker room.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah.
And you hear dude, Boris, did you really steal that girl's camera? That's kind of lame, dude. I didn't steal it. I borrowed it. And you'll know that...
Stanford is running. Stanford is running out of the locker room. He's running.
Whoa. Do we need to run? Where do we need to go?
The camera. He stole your camera.
Why did he take it?
He had a note.
Go. Run to the AV.
I should have taken the note for proof. Oh wait, no, we have the surveillance camera, so that's kind of technically proof, so that works already. Do you want to punch him? He's in the locker room.
It's tempting. But I'm gonna hold it. I'm gonna hold it back. If he fesses up, and she cracks her knuckles and goes, then I will. But, and she picks up her camera and like investigates it, and it's like, I just need to make sure everything is there. And it looks okay. And she holds it up and she goes, "Would you be my model for a quick second?"
I'm not that good of a photogenic person.
She gives you a look and is like, "Come on, Stanford. You are going to be the perfect subject. Now give me a smile."
He does big smile.
He takes the picture and she's like, "Can't wait to develop that one." You're kind of like a hero.
No, I'm just a decent human being.
I mean, you saved a damsel in distress, and she's holding her camera up as the damsel.
He like pats the top of the camera.
You should get a reward for something like that, right?
I don't need a reward. That's fine.
I'm only gonna buy your smoothie when we go out later, but is there anything else you want?
And whatever you want to give, I'll take it.
That's giving me a little too much power, Stanford.
You deserve all the power.
Roll me a persona check.
It's a 0. 11. in.
She smiles and she steps in really quick on her tiptoes and gives a little kiss on the cheek and is like, okay, that's what I wanted to give. And we're gonna get smoothies and talk a little bit about AV. How's that sound?
Okay. His face is absolutely red. It's like tomato. Stop.
She's like,
cute.
Pick me up at. She looks at her watch and is like, 7?
Are you busy right after school?
I mean, it is after school, and
do you want to go now and live off the high of the adrenaline of taking your stuff back from Boris? So then we can have more time together. He mutters that last part.
She blinks and she looks down and she's like, I mean, I'm not really dressed right for something like this.
It's a smoothie bar. You don't need to be. You look pretty.
She like.
Was that? Did I say that out loud? That was supposed to be in a thought bubble.
No. She takes your hand and is like, you can say that whenever you want. Okay? Because, I mean, you're pretty.
Oh.
So, smoothies?
Yeah, smoothies.
And, you see Stanford and Charlotte heading off hand in hand for their first date of many.